Brent Hubbs, VolQuest.com, Milan High School in Milan, Tennessee, with the man of the hour, the guy whose stock is rising, wide receiver Anthony Brown. What's this all feel like, and are you surprised by any of this? I mean, Auburn's just offered, Tennessee's offered, Alabama's, you got an offer there as well. I mean, you got a lot of stuff going on right now. What's it feel like?
Man, it's a dream come true. I worked my whole life towards this, so like I was expecting it, you know. You put in hard work, you get a good outcome. So it's just like, but it just hit me my junior year, so it's all kind of new to me, you know. It's just a rush, really. But I'm getting used to it so far, you know. I'm dropping my top 10 May 5th, so I'll be dropping that soon. Cutting my list down. I think I'm at like 37, 38 offers right now, so I'm gonna be cutting that list down real soon.
When did you know you were good?
I mean, literally, you can tell who was gonna stand out. But I started all 4 years, 3 years of my high school year. My freshman year, I actually received an offer from Memphis. Then I'm like, yeah. Then I knew, like, yeah, this it right here.
All right, you mentioned you're getting ready to drop a top 10. What do you got to do to make a top 10? I'm not asking for your top 10, but what's the key things to being in the top 10 to make the cut?
So we won't be able to travel to June 1st, so I have to say, like, a relationship with coaches over the phone so far. I know I got a good connection with a lot of coaches, you know, environment, and where is the school at, academic program, things like that really play a big part in my choices.
Who are you talking to the most?
I talked to Arkansas quite a bit. I talked to Indiana. I talked to Oregon, Miami. That's just a few. I talked to a lot of schools.
All right, let's talk about in-state Tennessee. You're in a bit of a unique situation. You didn't grow up in the state of Tennessee.
No.
What do you know about Tennessee, the University of Tennessee?
They culture is a lot like they carry themselves high. I know Tennessee is like, the University of Tennessee is like high powered, you know. From my time being here, everybody a Tennessee fan if you live in Tennessee. So that's what I know about Tennessee.
Because you grew up in Detroit, right?
Yes,
That's
sir.
what you were telling me before we got started, and then you're down here living with your brother now.
Yes, sir.
What was the transition like for you? I mean, you're coming from Detroit
was-
to Milan, Tennessee. It's a little bit of a culture change, right?
A lot of it, but it was totally different. It was like completely different. You go from a city to a town, crowded to spaced out. Even the houses, roads, everything different. It's totally the opposite, you know. Like, you know everybody in the city, everybody spaced out. You playing towns, you playing in-city rivals and back at home. And the closest team 15, 30 minutes away when you got a school 5 minutes down the street. It's just totally different now.
Does the experience of being in both, does that help you in terms of you have a feel for what you're looking for? Because you know small town,
Yeah.
you know big town, right? Miami's a big city.
Yeah.
Knoxville's not a big city, but you have an idea of what both are like. How much is that going to help you, do you think, in trying to figure out what the right school for you is?
It really do help a lot, because with my transition to Tennessee, it helped a lot with you know, adapting to your environment, you know, and changing the people you hang around and stuff like that. So like, I won't mind where I play at, small city, big city. You know, I just want an opportunity to get on the field early.
All right, so what are you working on your game, and what's the best part of your game right now?
I'm versatile, so I work on things in all aspects. As far as receiver, I work on route running, you know, better route running, high point the ball catching, you know. DB actually come natural. I got a big brother. He graduating from here. He the best DB I done seen with my own eyes. So I get a little bit from him, you know. So like, really, I just try to improve in every aspect of my game. Really.
What about offensively? What are you looking for an offense at the next level? How big of a deal is somebody who throws it a lot, or a specific type of passing game? Do you look at schools, or will you look at schools that way when you break your top 10 down? You go, hey, that style fits my game. You know, what they do, that type of thing. Will you look at stuff like that?
Oh yeah, for sure, because you know, I play like I'm versatile. There ain't no telling what I'm gonna play in college. But say if I go into school and I'm playing receiver, I wouldn't want to go to a school I know, you know, they only passing the ball 6-7 times a game because they're a run-heavy team, you know. So I'm really just looking for a team that's going to fit me, like you said.
All right, last question. You mentioned it opens up June 1. You're going to cut it to the top 10 before then. How many of those 10 schools you think you're going to see? What's your June plan, your June schedule? Where are you trying to get to?
And I'm hoping to visit as many schools as I can, top 10 or not. I'm going to try to get out and see some places. We travel a lot already. Like, I traveled my freshman year quite a bit. I took a trip to Arkansas. I've been to Tennessee. I've been to Michigan. I've been to quite a few places already, but now it's different because they can actually talk back to me. So I'm gonna try to get out and see as many places as I can, for real, official or unofficial, or just for a camp, really, anything.
All right, man of a lot of talents, man who's on the radar of a lot of schools. Find out what that top 10 looks like coming up later in the month of May, and we'll follow him throughout the summer. Ballquest.com.